we just got out watching Wonka, the prequel story to Willy Wonka. And I think this is the most middle of the road I felt about a movie. Like, I definitely spent 2 hours watching a movie. Like, it definitely took up 2 hours of my day. But I don't know if I'm upset about it or not. You know?
Me too. Yeah. I feel the same way.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I wanted to see the movie, but what can I say? I don't know if the movie was like what I expected. You follow me?
Yeah. Like, it's... Like, first of all, who is really asking for a prequel movie about the character of Willy Wonka, right?
Right.
But for the concept that it had, it's probably the most decent version we could have gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Was it really necessary? And was it a movie that had to be made? Not really. But it's also, like, again, probably the most decent version of it. But, you know, also didn't really need to be made.
That's why we don't have words for it.
Yeah.
We tried to figure out the words. So let's just start by the beginning.
I think let's start with
the beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
This is obviously...
I'm gonna give you my beginning. I wanted to see the movie because I thought, okay, it's gonna be a new version of the movie, so it should be something super like entertaining, and people will love it, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought, right?
Yeah.
Then I got to the theater and I was still like, okay, you know, we're gonna get like a nice, movie here, and and then the movie started, and then it was the middle, and then it was the end, and I said the movie lasted 2 hours. What could I do, or what could I have been doing 2 hours?
Yeah.
So my thought is, if I thought about that,
you weren't that invested
in the movie.
I feel like...
But now...
What?
Okay, but now, there's some nice things about it, and we'll go into it after that. That was my thought. Go.
Okay. I guess let's say some positives. The set design... The set design, the production design, like the way it tried to capture the colors of, like, the imagination of the character of Willy Wonka, with like all the colors and the way he makes chocolate and stuff, and the color, it was very, very well done.
Very. That I agree 100%. Yes.
And there are moments that are very imaginative and feel kind of like, something that would come from that character, like it was a fun kids movie. And there were a lot of fun, imaginative moments that I feel were kind of brought down because it had to be connected as a Willy Wonka prequel. Like, if it was somehow its own standalone movie, I feel it could have done more.
Okay. Yeah, but then what would have been the story?
It could have been something else, but I just feel like, again, it didn't really need to be... I don't know,
Yeah. The pre-Wonka movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, why would they make a movie or was no...
Also, is this, like, supposed to be, like, a prequel of, like, a combination of the Gene Wilder version and the book? Which I'm pretty sure it is, because they made Timothy Chalamet look kind of more like the Gene Wilder version, with, like, the curly hair instead of the Johnny Depp version. So that's what I think is the more connection. Also, I don't think this movie needed to be 2 hours.
No. Well, but at least the movie in the theater needs to be like an hour and 40 minutes to 2
Yeah,
hours.
but it could have been an hour. I don't think it needed to be 2 hours nearly.
Yeah. They kind of drag it a little bit to give you, you know,
Yes.
what happened to each of the characters, I guess, right?
Yeah.
They kind of, I do think they were very genius about the colors, the artwork, the production part of it, you know, like the story.
Yeah, the story was kind of
like
bland, kind of up. It was kind of like the stereotypical bland, like, oh, he's up and coming, but then like the big corrupt business people don't want him to succeed, and then
they just made up that part of it so to make a pre-sequel, you know, and then they had to make it a little long,
like those cliche plot points, you know.
Yeah, and then they put those 5 people
kind of out of place in a Willy Wonka story.
Yeah, about the lady, and then you don't have no place to stay, and then
then like these corrupt like business heads and these heads that keep like trying to take him down and stuff. Is like, you all know where it's gonna go. You know they're gonna get like their payback, you know, comeuppance eventually. They're gonna win, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking like I'm without words. I'm thinking like
yeah.
Listen, I'm thinking like I don't see the point of the movie, you know, like that pre-sequel. I thought it was gonna be something just like what Wonka is, but they were gonna like do something more modern. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But then everybody knows where Wonka came from, you know, from like, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think you really need this much. Like, I don't think you really need a whole movie or.
Oh no, and you don't need like the side story of the girl.
No, you don't need like all these other side stories and tangents. Like his friend who's like this orphan, and like their whole thing with her family and stuff.
Right.
Like there was all these side stories I don't think really needed to be there. And we're just there for like emotional, like to make the audience feel emotional.
Yeah, to give it some you know, feeling to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you, because we were talking about this before we started, but what did you think of Timothée Chalamet's performance?
I like him as an actor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has like something to it. But in this movie, there were parts where I felt he was forced. I don't know if this force would be the right word for it, but like they were like fake. You know, when
there was something about like the energy or like quirkiness he tried to bring to it.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like forced, but also like he was trying too hard to mimic Gene Wilder's performance in the original movie.
Right. So he didn't allow himself to play the part. I don't know if you know when you try to like.
Yeah, like when you see a movie and you feel like an actor's trying so hard, it doesn't really feel natural.
That's what I felt. You know, I felt like in this movie he doesn't. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, you know, but
I mean, the only other movie you ever saw him in is Dune, right?
Yes. Yeah. But he's a complete different character.
I feel like he masters playing moody characters better than like energetic
characters.
Yeah,
I agree.
He needs to keep playing sad boys.
Because that's his feeling. I mean, I see him like doing other kind of movie, but not that one.
No.
You know? Because this movie demands, and also I don't think he's a great singer either.
No, can we talk about the songs and the real quick?
Yeah.
He's not like he's not a bad singer, but he's not like anything like outrageously good.
He's not a Wilder, whatever. Wasn't that his name?
Gene Wilder.
Yeah, he's not.
Who in the movie he could he could sing too. He sung good in that movie, but here with Timothée Chalamet, I don't know.
Like, I don't feel that singing is his strong point.
He's fine, but I also feel like that. Like, I don't feel like singing is also like his strongest talent.
I feel they fixed.
I feel like he was trying like
hard.
He was focusing more, staying on key than really
Than playing
doing
the part.
anything with
Than playing the part, you know? And also I feel
you know, like when someone sings and they're too busy trying to stay on key than like actually trying to, you know, bring emotion or like something special to like when they're singing.
I felt with him in this character, I feel like he was forced into the character. I mean, I don't know.
I feel
it's not easy. Like,
he was forced into it because I think he's just like a popular actor right now, and it's like, oh, let's get Timothée Chalamet. He's popular now,
so he could play the character.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel like the casting was.
Maybe, you know, maybe that's what it is. I just felt like it would. It didn't help him. Like, I don't know what was the point behind it, but his
singing was like so bland.
It was very basic. Like,
it was basic singing.
Yeah, like, okay, the tunes are like, la la la. Like,
also, the songs were kind of forgettable.
Yeah, there was not.
I think there's like I think there were like 5 musical numbers, and only 2 I somewhat remember.
But I think because of the music, they were more uplifting.
Yeah.
You know, and then also they tried to do like a movie musical, but I don't know.
But the music wasn't good. It's not. It's
no.
not memorable. Any of the songs.
At all. You know.
No.
And then the actors, like.
And the other actors are just kind of there.
Yeah, they're like. I don't. Like, there were characters like the chief of police. Hello, the priest. You know?
Yeah.
What does the church have to do with it?
Why is it like a whole thing where like the bad guys have like their secret hiding place underneath a church? Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, was that comment? I don't know what.
Or was that like criticizing the church?
Was that criticizing the church?
Like, I even thought about.
Was that criticizing corrupt police officers? Because like they have a police officer
that is corrupted because of chocolate.
Yeah.
And they don't use money, they just use chocolate, right?
And there's like a weird joke about unsolved murders at one point and how they're not focusing on that, and it was like such a weird joke, like it caught me off guard. Like, why is that joke in this kid movie?
Right. Because at the end this is supposed to be a kids movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
I mean, I get it's a kids movie, so everything's more heightened and over the top, you know, silly. But there were like moments where I don't know, it like took me out of it. You know?
Right. I don't know. I feel like I don't have words. I mean, I think.
But because it's like a modern movie, I now question everything. Like, is it supposed to be a commentary on something? I don't know. Why is this in a Willy Wonka movie?
I don't know. I don't feel like this was the part for him to do.
No.
Really?
I don't feel like this is a movie that needs to be made.
At all. Or if they did make it,
maybe
stick to the original.
Do something,
you know,
that wasn't this.
Right.
But it also saddens me that this might have been the best version of that we could have gotten.
Well, if that is the best version that we could have gotten,
this should have just been scrapped.
Let me tell you, Hollywood, we are in trouble.
We're in trouble.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. I don't even know.
Like, if this didn't have the name Wonka attached to the title, and they just never said the name, would you automatically assume this was connected to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or that character Wonka at all?
Not a character, but I would have find like.
No, but imagine if like the character's name wasn't said and the title wasn't Wonka. Like, would you have immediately connected it to that?
To the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah.
I would have connected to chocolate, and I would have said, oh, yeah. It's a little bit like, you know, the Wonka.
You would have compared it, but you would have automatically assumed it was the same character.
But I would have compared.
Yes.
And
I think that's the problem. You wouldn't automatically know it was the same character you're supposed to be in the same universe. You know?
Correct. Or maybe they're trying to do another universe, like with Marvel.
But why would they do that for Wonka? Not everything has to be this connected universe.
Exactly. That's my point. I mean,
That's Marvel. That's a Marvel and DC thing. That's a comics thing. That's not this.
I know, but I'm being sarcastic.
Okay.
At this time, I'm being sarcastic. I'm trying to find some hope. I'm gonna tell you the truth. What I love is the colors, the design. You know,
The
like
set design.
the set design. When they put the factory with all the colors and the chocolate, I love that.
Yeah.
Like a kid will love that.
All the set design was very nice. The way they designed things,
Right.
the colors.
But like I didn't like the boat part. You know the boat when he goes away.
Yes.
I did not like that. There were things I didn't like, but there were things that I loved. The color, you know, and the chop. I mean,
it got like weird in tone. Like there was one point where he's on a boat and there's just like dynamite on it, and they try to kill him, and it's just like a weird tone like suddenly take.
Yeah, and then it looks antique. Like, oh, you're coming from these wonderful things you've done with the chocolate, and then you're going to.
Also, can we talk about how some of the chocolate looked?
Yes.
Would you eat most of that, or did it just kind of look gross to you? I don't think I would. I don't think I would eat most of the chocolate in this movie. I wouldn't eat most of it. No. It just looked kind of bad to me.
And different and out of, you know.
I mean, that was just, in the original, the chocolate always looked good. Like you would want to
eat it.
Right. But here, I don't want to eat any of this chocolate. I don't want to. It just kind of looks gross, and every time you hear a character eat them, it's like all crunchy and stuff.
And they go, yeah. And then
so like some of the design of the chocolate didn't look that good.
And then also, I didn't know if really like the Wonka thing kid, was he like a magician that makes magic? Because sometimes he mentioned it.
In the original, he's like a magician for chocolate. I think that's what he says or something. I'm trying to remember.
And then at the end, they make the factory. What? Like you see him making the factory, so you're thinking, oh, they're gonna come with a sequel. No way.
Why would you want to make a sequel? That's already exists. That's the 70s version with Gene Wilder. This is a prequel to that.
Well, I don't know. But
like, would they remake the other movie?
Maybe with this guy.
No.
No. Yeah, well, that's what we're saying, but we don't know where they're heading, right?
I hope that does not happen.
It all depends what the rating is.
I don't think this is gonna do good.
I think
it's gonna get overlooked.
It's gonna do good. I did not like him there as an actor.
And this is not us hating Timothy Chalamet. He's a fine actor. I just don't think he was good here.
Exactly. No, I said that since the beginning.
Yeah, but I feel like we should.
He has a face for other kind of movies.
Yes.
You know, his face says a lot, but he's more like a pretty boy or a bad boy. You know, those kind of movies. But not this movie.
Moody boys.
Yeah, right. But not for this movie. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he got casted. I
like miscast.
I think
that's what we call it.
Miscast. Well, then he got miscast big time.
Yes.
In this movie. I think there were characters that they made up to make sense of this pre-sequel, like you said. But Nugget, like the girl,
Noodle.
Noodle. Sorry. Noodle.
You forgot her name already.
Right, I know.
That's how the.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even remember most of the other characters' names now.
Listen, save your money.
Save your money.
Watch your movie when it comes out in whatever.
Whatever streaming services comes out on. I don't even know anymore.
Exactly. There's so many, but whatever.
Also, the inclusion of that one Oompa Loompa character, because Oompa Loompas are a big part of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, that movie. Mm-hmm. But like his character, that's played by Hugh Grant, is like barely in it. Like, it's weird because that's such like a pivotal. Oompa Loompas are such a pivotal thing for the Willy Wonka character.
Yeah,
he's barely in the movie. Like, he just appears at random times.
They're the ones that run the factory.
Yes.
So they're like the main.
Yeah, but it's weird how barely in the movie this one character is.
Once again, it's a pre-sequel.
Yeah, but if they're so important, you think they'd be in the movie more for a prequel, right? Like, explain how he properly met them and stuff.
Right, and you see it, like, very brief. Like, he stole some
here's,
cocoa.
like, a quick flashback. And it's like, no. It's like, why is he... He's, like, rarely in the movie, so you barely did anything with the one Oompa Loompa character you put in here. And he's played by Hugh Grant, which you rarely did anything with anyway. So, like, why was this character even there to begin with? Except for, like, that one save he did at the end, and that's it. One big Deus Ex Machina thing. Like, it was pointless at this point out of that character. Or any of the, like, an Oompa Loompa character, because you barely acknowledge them. Or used them. I think he was, like, in 3 or 4 scenes, and that's it.
I don't know. I mean, I really wanted to see the movie, but I had another idea, or I don't know what the heck I thought I was going to see. But I felt like I was sitting there for 2 hours, and that's all I could say.
Yeah. I mean, the only positive thing we have to say is the production and the set design, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess let's rate it. If that's all we have to say.
That's all we have to say. You want to rate it?
Yeah, let's rate it.
You want to start?
Okay.
Or you want me to rate it?
You can start.
Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm not gonna give it a 1 because I love the colors, the set, the whatever, but I'll give it a 2.
You're gonna give it a 2?
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 3, but really, just thinking 2 hours sitting there, please. Let me give it a 3, just to give it some hope.
Just to be nice.
Yes, a 3 being nice, that's it. I think this is the lowest I've rated a movie.
I think I was gonna give it a 4 out of 10, but now I think I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10 too. I'm also gonna go 3.
Yes.
So we're both 3 out of 10 for this movie.
Yes. Do not spend
Pretty
your money. Pretty low. I mean, it's
like it's not offensively bad like Indiana Jones was.
Right. Oh no.
Because I think that's the most lowest like negative review we've given up until this point. Like it's not that bad, but it's like a different level of like bad where it's not really needed, and it was just kind of the only thing saving was that it's more colorful than Indiana Jones was.
Yes. Yeah, Indiana Jones. That's a whole. Yes, I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're both 3 out of 10 for this one. So I guess comment down below if you've seen the movie or haven't. Tell us how our review has made you feel, and if you've already seen the movie, tell us what you thought of it down in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and this has been Just Some Fangirl, and we are out.